Welcome back, friends. Today we're going to be reviewing the PowerBlock Pro Expandable Series adjustable dumbbells. We're going to talk about the pros, the cons, and would I buy them again? Stay tuned to find out. Alright, so obviously the first good thing about the PowerBlock dumbbells is that they save a lot of space. So obviously we've got two dumbbells here. Right now this is about 15 pounds. Now if you want to follow me, I'll show you how easy it is to adjust these bad boys. So especially if you get the stand from PowerBlock, extra $120. So you're gonna put it in here, half of the rest of the weight stacks, and it's really just a simple pin mechanism. They have very strong magnets on the end here that lock it in place. Very safe, very secure. I've had these for almost a year now with no issues. It is color coded for the weights, actually quick for reference. Now one quick thing to note before we put this in here is that these silver pins are the adder weights. So 2 go into each one at the bottom rails here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, there's a little black cylinder here. So those guys go in there and those can change the weights by increments of 5 pounds as opposed to just making 10-pound jumps. Anyways, so we were just doing 15 pounds, black, 20. Now we're gonna toss it into green, which would be 50. Now, since I don't have the adder pins in, it's actually gonna be 45 pounds. Now, it's as simple as just pulling it straight out. And there you have it. So now you got 45 pounds right there. So that is the first pro. Very easy to adjust. Doesn't take a lot of time at all. Just pull it out, slide it in, have at it. So if you wanna add the weight pins back in, you gotta take the magnet out, pull out the individual handle, looks like that. This red notch here, I'm just gonna switch that down, which opens up the cylinder ports. Gonna slide those in, make sure to lock it back up, toss that in, put your weight, and now we're actually following the color coordination. Doing whites right now, which is 30 pounds. Easy stuff, right? So, that actually leads me into the first con of PowerBlocks. When you have these adder pins in, they're 2.5 pounds each, it throws off the weight distribution. Obviously, it's at the bottom here. There's nothing in the top. And what tends to happen is, as you're doing the weight, you feel it, it's very, when you get here, there's more weight pulling you down. It's not an even distribution of the weight. And you can hear those adder pins just slinking around in there. So that's the first con. The space savings are definitely worth it, but what I really don't like is that as you start to go heavier, so for me I have up to the 70 pounds, when I'm doing 70-pound presses, you can really feel it. It just doesn't feel great, it doesn't feel uniform. So I've had free weight dumbbells before, I bought these to save space. I do like the convenience of obviously how they are so small and compact. This little stand here is 5 to 70 pounds for me, but long run, I prefer dumbbells. I prefer free weight dumbbells. They just feel better, but if you're in a tight space, these will definitely do the job for you. All right, now we're gonna talk about the next set of pros and cons. All right, so the next set of pros and cons. The first pro we're going to talk about is the durability of these. So as I stated before, this is the PowerBlock Pro series. What that means is that the weight plates are coated in earthane, a very strong rubber-like material. You can actually drop this set of PowerBlocks. I really don't recommend it, but you can do it, depending on how high you drop it from and how repeatedly, how often you drop it. You might avoid the warranty, because these do have a warranty on them. So if something breaks or goes wrong, you can get a replacement or maybe even your money back. I've heard PowerBlock is a great company to work with in regards to those issues. Thankfully, I haven't had to. Now, the one thing I would say about the pros that's unique to them is that some people in the past have mentioned that right here, this earthane portion here, which actually grabs onto the weight, is not welded onto the whole plate. It's kind of just coated in the earthane that's holding it there. So what some people have mentioned is that this plastic starts to crack, which then has
you know, the individual weight plate separate from it, thereby rendering it unusable. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. They're talking about this portion right here that breaks. Again, I have not had that happen. I've had these for close to a year, but just something to be on the lookout for. So let's talk about the pros versus the others. PowerBlock obviously offers the PowerBlock Sport, PowerBlock Elite, and the Pros. So the Elites are your standard, they're the cheapest. They look like toaster ovens. Those are just pure metal, you know. The Sports, I'm not too sure what's different between the Sports and the Elites. The Sports are pure metal too. They look a little bit more like the Pros here in that they're a little bit more contoured. I know a big thing though is that the handle. So obviously the handle of these Pros is a contoured handle, whereas with the Elites, it is a Pro handle, meaning it's straight. You can see this kind of jumps out in the diameter there. So really, for pros and cons, that's it. We're gonna keep the video short and sweet. Conclusion of would I buy these again? Honestly, I'm gonna say no. It's a great price, I think, for just a 5 to 50 pound set and then the 50 to 70 pound expansion. I paid $800 including shipping. So it's great. You're getting 5 to 70 pound dumbbells for under $1,000. Cannot beat the price. But coming from someone that's worked out at commercial gyms and has used dumbbells and has had dumbbells, these are not your traditional dumbbell. They'll get the job done for sure. I use these for presses, bicep curls, tricep skull crushers with dumbbells. Anything and everything that you use a dumbbell for, you can use these for, but the weight distribution and just the overall feel is not quite what a traditional dumbbell is. So if you're just starting out and you don't know any better, these will be fantastic. Even if you're a pro, these will be fantastic. I guess I might just be a little bit nitpicky. And you know, one other thing I forgot to mention is that the pros, another pro to the pros, is that there's no cage here. You'll find when you go to PowerBlock's website at the Elites, there's another cylinder that kind of comes in here, which kind of limits your wrist movement in there. So the pros are nice because they're just wide and open, but I think that adds to the problem of the uneven weight distribution from the cylinder pins being in there. But let's just show you a quick example. You can do absolutely everything with these. Just whipping through this to show you how quick it is to change the weights. So we're just gonna load up here at 40 pounds. I don't want to embarrass myself here. So with 40 pounds, you know, you can do your curls, no problem. You can go straight to a shoulder press, no problem. You can do your hammer curls, no problem. If you want to drop the weight, we're going to take it down to 20 pounds here. You can do your tricep press with the dumbbell. The name's eluding me right now. I pull up my bench, but I think you get the idea. You can do shoulder presses with them. You can do incline, flat, decline presses with them. Anyways, that's it. Hope you guys liked the video. If you want to see more reviews of the equipment that I have and equipment I'm going to get, please make sure to like the video. Thanks.